If you tell me one time, actually, you don't even have to tell me. If you act like you don't want to be around me, you ain't got to worry about me, because I'm finna be like, welcome to LaVidaRosa. I'm your host, Pinky, and today is a different video than I've ever done on this channel. I don't think I've ever done a story time. Obviously, as you can tell by the title, it was the worst date ever, featuring a mama's boy. I would love it if you guys thumbs up if you love the video. Leave a comment if you've ever had a terrible date like mine. I'm sure there's way worse dates out there. That one was just terrible to me. And of course, subscribe. To protect all parties involved, including myself, I'm going to not use the person's name. This is a guy I talked to for few months off and on. The main reason why I talked to him is because he was a nice guy, or he came off as a nice guy, but you know, it's like we weren't really compatible. He had a love of sports that overshadowed everything. Anybody who knows me knows sports is not my thing, to say the least. Like, I know the major players, Steph Curry, LeBron, and that's just because they had a huge rivalry just now. I know the big names. I don't know anything about sports. I don't know what a technical foul and all this other crap is. Actually, kind of a little bit, but I'm not really interested. That was his main form of conversation. So we had like a lot of miscommunications and lost in translation. I wanted to give him a chance because he was so sweet and he was consistent with calling and texting, and you know, girls, we love attention. So, but he made some very major mistakes that made me want to just cut him off. And not cut him off as in, I never want to see your face ever again, but like cut him off as in, we don't need to talk like that, we're not made for each other. He forgot my birthday and he missed my graduation, and I feel like those are like deal breakers. If we've only been talking for a few months, you know, I really don't expect for you to go all out, but I do expect a happy birthday text, phone call, something small. You know, I'm not really into material things. Like, you don't have to buy me a whole lot of material things. You can get me more so with the time you invest, the effort you put in, your conversation. Material things are not the main way you get to me. But when you make a mistake, gifts become priority. It was like, oh, we already didn't have that much in common. Let's just cut our losses and end this. He did not want it to end. He kept texting me and begging to talk to me. So I decided, look, if you want another chance, you missed two vital moments in my life while we were talking. You missed my birthday and you missed my graduation. I'm gonna need for you to make up for both of those with a gift. And I need you to take me out to the restaurant of my choice. He was like, okay, whatever you want me to do, I'll do that. I just want another chance. I knew the conversation wasn't gonna be all that, but I was gonna let him redeem himself and I was gonna get them gifts. You know, I know this sounds like a gold digger thing, but it's really not. He needed to make up for what he did wrong. Okay, the day of the date rolls around. No, we really haven't talked too much up until then, because I'm like, you need to put up or shut up. He texts me and tells me to come down. He's on the phone. I quickly realized he's on the phone with his mom. Like, he barely says hey as I get in the door. I'm trying to, you know, make my little stank entrance.
What's up, you know?
But he's on the phone with his mom. What are they talking about? The phone bill. What are they talking about? Oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. You couldn't just tell me to come down after you got off the phone? Or you could have just told your mom, let me call you back later and we'll argue about this telephone bill later on. I would say that's strike one, but there's so many strikes that happen on this date. We're gonna be out by the time we get to the restaurant, okay? I decided that we were gonna go to Olive Garden because he hates Olive Garden. So of course, that's where we're gonna go. And so from my house to Olive Garden, it's like 5 minutes depending on the traffic. It's right up the road. But he's on the phone with her the whole way. You know, when you're on the phone and someone's in the car, you still kind of look their way, kind of nudge them, like let you know, I know you in the car, I'm trying to get off this phone. No, he just was on the phone with his mama. So when we get there, he's on the phone for like an additional at least 5 or 10 minutes. And I'm on my phone like, he gets off the phone. I'm like, let's just, I don't even want to get into it. Let's just walk in this restaurant. you got some making up to do. So I'm ordering what I want to off this menu, okay? I'm not gonna do you too bad because I know you got these 2 gifts on the way, but I'm finna get what I want to get. Meanwhile, after we order our stuff, the conversation was, they bring the food out. He got a dish that had a piece of chicken breast, like an uncut piece of chicken breast on top of pasta. And you'll never guess what he asked me next.
Could you cut this for me?
Huh?
Could you cut this for me? I can't cut this chicken.
Who, me? Couldn't be. Like, he was looking at me with the most puppy dog eyes, the most I don't know what I'm gonna do if I don't cut this chicken look I've ever seen in my life on his face. I didn't feel bad. Kind of, I did a little bit. But I'm looking at him like, you a grown man, you can't cut your chicken? What? I should have got up and left right then. I should have got up and left, right? But you'll never guess what I did. Go ahead and guess. I know y'all wouldn't do it, but it's what I did. Don't judge me. This is my story and I'm just telling it. And don't worry, I'll never do it again. But I cut that chicken. Go ahead and talk about me in the comments. Talk about me in the comments. I would talk about myself, but I didn't cut it like a good housewife would. I cut it like, you got me cutting your chicken. You a grown man. You know I'm gonna talk about you, right? I kept saying that over and over. You know I'm gonna talk about you, right? You know I'm gonna talk about you. Cause I ain't finna just do this and I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I'm gonna talk about you. I cut his chicken like an idiot. Not to mention, he had the nerve to bring up the fact that all of his friends were having kids. And for what? I know you ain't looking at me talk about no kids. What? And this finger is naked? You can't even get birthdays and graduation right. And you're talking about babies? I don't have any plans of having kids until I get married. So until you see this finger right here sparkling and shining and bow, 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 most likely are not gonna see any kids from Pinky Span Incorporated, okay? LaVidaRosa. I'm like, okay. Trying to avoid contact, like, ugh. So I managed to make it to the end of the date. The waitress brings the check and basically was asking, are we gonna split it? And I don't know why he was looking at me, and I just do I look like the one? And so while he's paying the check, I'm like, okay, so did you bring my guests, or are they in the car, or are they at your house? Because you're trying to lure me there. Because if they at the house, then you just, I ain't going to your house. I'm gonna let you know that right now. And he was like, this was your gift. I just took that as a joke, because I'm like, no, after all the begging you did, this has to be a joke. I know you're kidding. Giggity giggity. I laughed all the way out that restaurant, because I was like, I know you are not serious. So we get to the car. I'm like, no, for real, where my gifts at? Because I'm not going to your house. He was like, nah, for real, that was your gift. I spent $50 on you. I was enraged. I know I turned red, because that's what I do when I get mad. I turn red. I would have never agreed to ever have gone on this date. The gifts were a part of the deal. They were actually the main part of the deal. And he knew that, and he tried to play dumb about it, and he was trying to make me look stupid. I'm taking a deep breath and I'm looking out the window. I don't know if too many people know this about me, but I have a very sharp tongue. I don't really snap on people unless they do something to push me to that point. But you know, if pushed to that point, I can. I'm looking out the window because I'm like, I gotta get home. So I'm not stupid. Let me just look out this window and try to calm down. He's like trying to touch me, trying to hug me, and I'm like in Shanae mode. If you ever seen Martin, whenever Shanae is like mad or discombobulated or something, she goes over to the side and has a conversation to herself. That's what I was doing in the car. I was like,
I know he did not take me all the way out here after he did didn't. No, you. And then you gonna try to touch me? I know he.
I'm over here tripping. He thinks it's cool. For whatever reason, I don't know. I don't know if A reaches B. When I get to the house, I realize I'm like, he's not even worth any type of emotion. You know, sometimes people act like they don't care, but then they still be. I don't care. I want to be done with this entire situation. I'm not giving you anything. I'm just leaving. I open the door and I get ready to leave and slam it. And he's like, so you just gonna leave like that after I spent this money on you? You're a liar. I never want to ever talk to you, see you, be in touch with you ever again. Bye-bye. And slams the door and leaves. Like, what do you think this is? You think I'm just gonna be cool with you lying to me like that? Manipulating me into going out with you? That's not what's good in these streets. He texts me and calls me. And I'm like, I'm done. Leave me alone. I don't ever want to talk to you again. I meant that. You know, it's not that I don't even hate him. You know, and even if he would have gave me my space for like a few months, I could tolerate being okay with him. Because it's been people I fell out with that I can be okay with you. Not friends, but I can be okay with you cordial. But right now, we can't even be cordial because you crossed the line multiple times. He would text me every day without me ever responding to him. If you tell me one time, actually, you don't even have to tell me. If you act like you don't want to be around me, you ain't got to worry about me because I'm finna be like, and you ain't got to worry about this beautiful face ever again. He left me no choice. I had to block him from my phone. I had to block him from Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. I had to block him because why are you constantly hitting me up and I'm telling you to leave me alone? That's creepy. Every time he will always act like he didn't know, like he was so clueless, like I just stopped talking to him out of nowhere. When I stopped talking to somebody, you know exactly why I stopped talking to you. I gave you a chance to fix it and you didn't, so you cut off. That was my worst day ever featuring the mama's boy, and I'll see you guys later.